What's up, fandoms? Welcome back to a new podcast, and today we're going to be talking about our anniversary video that we put together. First of all, we want to thank everyone who's been watching it. I want to thank the people who are following me on my TikTok, reposting it, liking the TikTok promotion for it. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it a lot. Know me when we go on our ghost adventures and stuff, we don't really get a lot of views. So to us, it's really like we really are thankful and grateful that you guys are watching it. Please share that video. Please like that video. We went all out on it. This is our first time putting putting like the intro into it, putting the history into the videos. We're gonna talk about that today. Today we're gonna talk about that, and then we're gonna talk about other stuff that we did during this week. Let's talk about the ghost adventure that we did.
Dude, honestly, it was happy that so it had been a time waiting for the Comanche Trail. It had been 10 months since we had done a ghost adventure, but it recently marked 1 year for the Comanche Trail, a video that was lost to Twitch. And one of the things is that I was so happy that when we went out there, now there was more audio of voices that we caught out there, and we were catching a lot of stuff with the pendulum. I did not realize how much stuff we caught until I actually watched the video myself also. And one of the things is my buddy here, Mr. Dark Light, he had the radio in his hand, and that's what we use for pick up EMF readings, because Spirit can use the antenna or any technology. It uses its EMF, electromagnetic frequency, through the radio. So when Spirit passes by or it's near, he wasn't rolling the button.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't even messing with it.
He was still with it. He just had his thumb resting on it, and we had a voice come through that said, when he asked the question, "Is anybody here?" And it just said sarcastic, like it was being sarcastic. No.
No, and then one said, "Yeah." We got 3 voices on that EMF.
No.
2 were males and 1 was female, and I was really surprised about that one when we had female voice. Normally when we do stuff like this, we normally don't get female voices. Normally it's like a male voice or something like that. And I know you guys are like, well, you use the radio. Well, yeah, but we use that frequencies to get those voices. Spirits can use their energy to get into that. And this is actually our first time this is like basically our first time we got more things than ever. Because when we went there before, we didn't get nothing except for shoot. And that's the only thing. And then when you played the music, like I said, the camera fell on me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the camera fell on me. And then and this one, when I was talking in the circle, it was buried the whole entire time. And I said that in the video, and Bash said it afterwards when I realized when I was editing the video. When I was editing the video, I heard more voices than ever. Because when we were there, we didn't hear that much voices into the EMF until I started editing the videos. I think once you start editing the video, you start hearing more things. I had my brother there, and he was watching me edit it, and he was like, "Oh, you heard that, you heard this, you heard that." So I had to keep rewinding it, keep going back, and putting the words on there so everyone can understand what this spirit was hurting. There was one said hurt or hurry. It said hurt, so someone was hurt. There was one that said yeah, hi. His youngs are like full. I think it said full. His youngs are full. I think because that was a battlefield.
Somebody got shot.
Someone got shot there. So it makes sense that I will say that. There was a lot of things that we got in that video that surprisingly that we got for a very long time, and normally we don't get that right away. Normally we only get like 1 or 2 words, and that's it. And then that's when we get into the board or the lights or the candles.
And with the candles, I mean, one of the things is like, they were burning, but at one point when I noticed in the video, it was like when Mr. Darklight stepped in, they all just...
Except for one.
Yeah, it was like that one lonely candle.
That happened to you too, later on. It didn't happen right away, but when I was in there, it was there, and then wind came out of nowhere too. It was like a warm wind too. It wasn't like a cold wind. It was like a warm wind because when we got there, it was humid. It's like really humid. Like my gas was all foggy. I had to like clean them out and everything. It was like warm, very quiet, very quiet. Now, I mean, we hear crickets. Like when we're going up there, we hear crickets. But once you get to the spot, you don't hear nothing. It's like pitch silent. Like good job of pin, you can hear that pin. And I feel like there was someone there, like right beside us, because there's like another trail. So this is like a trail, and in the other side there's like a big field, and then there's like a water fountain somewhere around there, and the whole entire time I wasn't trying not to look over there so many times.
But it kept like dragging
But
your eyes.
yeah, I kept like it felt like someone was there, and I remember after we were saying up, Bash was saying like, "Hey, do you feel like that someone was watching?" I was like, "Yeah." The whole entire time I was trying to ignore it because I'm focusing on the EMF readings, and it's crazy how once I got in the circle, we got more words, more things. I think when Batch was there, we only have like one or two.
Yeah, I only got one or two. That's
But
it.
once I got in there, it was like nonstop. It was like boom, boom, boom.
They were really connecting with you.
Yeah, with me a lot. I was like, to me, that's why I said in the video that I felt something, but I didn't feel hurt or anything. I felt like a present there. Like I felt like something was there. I think we were okay. Like it was like a calm spirit. But when those two guys were just talking in the EMF, that's when I knew like yeah, these guys are just messing with us, and the one female is just trying to let us know like no, like I even said should we leave, and one said no, and the other one said yeah. I think when I said that, the female voice was saying yeah, and the guy was saying no. Like the guy didn't want me to leave, but the female wanted us to leave. So it was like to me, I was really happy and excited for that because, no, I mean we don't get that for the first time for our anniversary deal. I'm glad that we got that. I'm glad that we had a good time there. Sorry it ended like in the last note because it was like we were standing there, we already got what we needed, everything was there. We might go back again, check everything out, maybe check more of what we filled in the other side,
in the field.
more in the field because there is an open field right there. This plain open field, and maybe we can go over there and see what's up over there. But yeah,
It's a really strange feeling there. Was it that field? I've walked over there before. It's I don't know. It's such a strange feeling. Like it's this big circle of a field on the top of this. You know, like basically like it's a hill.
yeah,
It feels like you're on a mountain,
hmm
and you go up there, and when you're right there next to the tower, you walk across and behind the trees, and there's this big circle of a field, and you. And if you stand in this, and like standing in the center, I stood in the center. It's so weird. It's like you're like in the center.
yeah,
I don't know how to explain. It's like you're looking up at the stars. It's like almost like connected.
hmm
But also maybe it was something. Maybe the Native Americans from there, the Comanches, had used it for something.
yeah. I think it was like a ground, burial ground or something, maybe something like that.
Something.
But I know when we went there before, when we filmed my Twitch afterwards, we went over there, and you were telling me about it, and that's kind of in that middle as well, and I did feel something there, but I didn't say anything because I was like, oh, maybe it's just me. I was like, maybe it was just me, but now seeing it now, coming back again, this time filming it for you guys, filming it for YouTube, put that in the books for us. Now we finally filmed the Comanche Trail Park. To me, I loved it. A great time. I miss doing these type of videos that we used to do when we first started. To me, it was really exciting, and I can't wait to do more later on. So it's really fun, and plus I love editing the video for you. I had a great time editing the video. I was saying back, I was getting ready to edit the video, and I was like watching like one of the haunted videos and stuff like that, and they was like telling the history, and they're showing the what do you call it, the land, the place where they're going to. So I told Bash like I voice memo him, and I was like, hey bro, can you like send me a voice memo of you telling the history of it? And then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm down for it. And then you were telling me about that. How you feel about that when you were doing the voice memo for the history of it? I know you were telling me on the phone.
I was honestly really excited about that. It was something. So that was something really new that we hadn't done before. Is like a more not. Now this is one of the times that we've actually done a longer intro because that was actually a longer intro.
Yeah, that was a longer intro.
Not only with the music at the beginning, but also me doing the voiceover. Now, was it when he asked me? He said, "Hey, you able to talk about the history?" And I've seen from other ways that anywhere from Anna Marks Explores or any other haunted, adventure, or sometimes what is it?
Paranormal, paranormal files,
Paranormal
ghost
Files,
adventures, stuff like
Ghost
that.
Hunters. They do. Was it sometimes they'll have somebody was it do the
Telling
creep?
the history, have the creepy music in the back.
Yeah, I was thinking of Zach Bagans.
Zach Bagans from
So
Ghost Adventures.
yeah, talking in the
Adventures.
beginning with the creepy music in the background. And I
Yeah.
was like, I think I know how I need to do this. So I went ahead and um, looked up more history.
Yeah.
Actually, so I have something more straightforward to
Yeah.
give, and other than what I already know about the Comanche Trail, but but more history that I know.
Mm.
And not only that, was it I love was it when I play the video and I hear myself doing the voice, and he has
I send you it.
the music with the bells, it was perfect. And then you have the fog in the forest.
You're already surprised about that.
It was perfect and matched. I I gotta give it to you, Mr. Darklight. That is like one of our best the best editing I've seen you do.
That was my favorite part of editing the video. I was like really excited when I edited that video. I remember I was like, how am I gonna do it? I was like, because at first I remember I told you I wanted to film over there to at least get some thing, but it was too dark. I couldn't film it. It was like so dark. You can't even see anything. Like to the point that our lights couldn't even do it. Like next time we need to get big lights. I always told you about that. We need to get big lights.
We do.
But
we need like some type of tripod with lights on it.
Yeah. So what I did was I went online and I found videos like that. I found the drone footage over there on YouTube, and I found another video of woods. And what I did was I put music. I had your voice in it. I was like, I really wanted to feel that creepy vibe. I wanted to get that into how you will watch like a Ghost Adventures or a YouTuber telling the history of that, and I really want to do that. And then I was like, when we just throw some music in there, when we throw something creepy. So I found like a song that I normally edit the videos on, the InShot. I use InShot, by the way. I think everyone will know by now. I use InShot to edit the videos. Everyone's like, how you edit the videos, how you do it. I do it on my phone. Camera, filming, editing videos, camera. Everyone will be like, really? I was like, yeah, it's pretty easy. It's not that hard. Anyone can do it. I think anyone can edit with the InShots. I think I told you before about the InShot. I even showed you how to do it as well. It's pretty simple.
It's same here. With phone recording, I'm also using phone for also, my music equipment here for any intro song you've heard.
The intros and outros that he does it on the app.
Yeah, I do it on BandLab, and I'm able to edit and scrunch everything together. Do 2-3 guitar layouts, add drums.
You play guitar. You're playing guitar while you're recording your guitar.
Yep.
And that's how I really met Bash. I think you guys know the history how me and Bash met on band when we got a band together.
Yeah. And Singer here.
Singer, yeah. It's been a while. We will be doing music. We've been talking about it. We've been planning it. Just give us some time. But we wanted to No, we wanted to add new stuff to the videos. We wanted to make it look like how you would normally watch it as a YouTube channel, like how you watch it. And we get really good response. My friends watch it. Some of my family member watches it as well. People that we know, they love the videos.
I brought it up recently to a family member and showed them, and they were really like. The idea is showing them how far we've come, because we've been doing this already. Now about we're hitting we just hit
a year.
A year. What is it? A year in May. So now we're already a year.
There's our year
2 months.
There's our
2
year.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think to us it's like we wanted to do videos like these for a long time, and we always talked about this, and we just went right into it. We didn't really talk about it that long. We jumped right into it with our first haunted video, our first abandoned place, the brewery that we talked about. That's on his channel, but I think Bash did said that he was gonna send it to me, so I could put it in this channel so you guys could see it. I'm gonna update that editing, because that's when we just did one shot. We just did a one shot on that, and there was no editing on it at all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm the I give him a lot. He is the AV guy. He knows. He is V. I am A. I do audio, and he does AV also.
Yeah.
And he has a better steady hand. What is it? and he will know exactly where I edited it. When I took the video myself that I did for the Lone Star Brewery, it
Oh
was
yeah, you
all
edited
one
that
shot.
video. Yeah, you edited.
It was,
Yeah, I forgot you edited that video too.
yeah,
Like,
it
my
was
bad.
like multiple parts because we didn't know we could.
Wish me good luck. It's been a while since I watched that video, so I think I can do it. I know what I can do.
I give Mr. Darklight here a lot of credit. I mean, how much he's been able to edit over the year, and you see the progress, and you see how much he knows, and
Yeah.
it's always impressive.
I learn every single day, even when I edit the videos. I'm not professional or anything. It's just me doing what I need to do. I've been doing YouTube for a very long time. I don't even edit my videos when I first did it. I just did it like that, threw it in there, and then that's it. Now it's like now I look at myself now. It's like if my younger self saw me what I'm doing now, he'd be really impressed right now. He'd be like, "Wow, I can't believe we're doing this." I was like, "Yeah, we got our own music, we got our own intros, we got this and that." He's like, "Oh, I've been wanting to do that for years." Like, kid me will be really impressed. And I'm impressed every time I look at the videos. Especially that anniversary video, I was really impressed by it. Me and Bash talked about it on the phone. We talked on the phone. Um, he was telling me, I think he told me when he was watching, he didn't feel like he was watching our videos. He didn't even know that was us until he saw us. And I told him the same thing. All right.
He felt it too. He's like, dude, I don't even. And there's a couple videos like it doesn't even feel like. I think when we hit we did the anime STX video.
Oh yeah.
Was
the vlog?
The vlog at the Roy was it with?
That's one of my favorite edits.
It had a lot of new challenges. We did. Me playing guitar. I went ahead and did some keyboard stuff for once, and new music, more different. Because I am a rock and heavy metal guitarist, but I like the challenge of like, you know what? Hey, what is it? Because the music needs to match the video. That was it with the hard rock and the heavy metal. It can match any of our wrestling videos, our wrestling podcasts, or what is it? Or our ghost adventure movies, haunted movies,
snack reviews.
Some snack reviews. I guess more pop rock.
Yeah.
Pop rock, but when it was the anime one, I did more? I was like it needed more like a different feel. So I felt
You did a good job on the anime.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I felt it was time for like some keyboards for that specifically.
I knew you got what it takes to do the music. I believed you 100%. I always have. I already knew. I was like, leave Bash do the music. Leave him alone with the music. Don't even like. There's even times that I don't. There's even times I was like, oh, well, feel better without the drums or the cymbals. I think I told you one time about the cymbals. I was like, oh, can you do it without the cymbals?
Oh, that's why I was like, hey, I'm fine with that. I
don't like being picky on it, but you know.
I'm fine with it. Well, because I rather hear. I like to make music. And then I like to have somebody put an opinion of and hear what they hear, because sometimes when you're in that you put it all together, you're like, oh yeah, it sounds fine, whatever.
Yeah.
But you need to actually get a third person perspective, because other people are going to be listening to it. You need to find out, hey, what is it? You don't know what they're like. Hey, this is kind of off. Like, hey, I think the drums are offbeat.
Yeah.
And sometimes the song doesn't need drums at all. Sometimes it just.
I remember I told you about that. I picked the one with no drums because I like the guitar way better. And I remember telling you that I was like, hey bro, like I love it, but can we do it without the drums? Like, can you do one without the drums? You're like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
And then I felt bad because I'm like,
no.
Because when I edit the intros and outros, so I edit everything. So this is what I normally do. I listen to the music first. And once I listen to the music, I look at the intro and I'm like matching it. I'm like, okay, will this match with this? And then when I'm like listening to it, I was like, okay, I like it. Well, let me check the intro. Let me see how the intro will look with this. And I test it out. I always test out the intro and outros first. That's the first thing I always do. I test that out first. But after that, then I'm like, okay, that looks good. But if I feel iffy on it, I'm like, let me see without the intro. Let me see without the cymbals or the drums. Normally it's be both. And I'd be like, hey, can we just do it with guitar? And then you're like, yeah, like, let me just do it really quick. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I was like, perfect, that's fine right there. Because there's times that I will be, I look at I watch these videos like 5-6 times. Like I always, now to the point that I have to rewatch it every single time to make sure everything looks good before I put it out there to you guys. Like,
I have a lot of respect that for Mr. Darklight here with that because I'm the same way too with my music. It is when I put out a song or wherever, it is over and over and over. I am in this room with the guitar over and over until it sounds right because if there's a my finger moves, if I miss a string or there's a dead note, no, I'm like, no, it needs to be right. It needs to be, and I feel him on that. Hey,
that's how I am with videos.
Hey, we both critique our own stuff.
We do. Like, I be talking like, oh, I'm excited for this video thing, especially for the anniversary video. I was like really hype on it. I was telling them about it. I was like, bro, this video is gonna be awesome. Like, this is gonna be amazing. I was so happy about how many views we got on it that I was like, okay, this is good.
It grew very fast.
It grew really fast in one day. It really took one day to grow really fast. All the way to midnight, it was still growing. I was really surprised about that. That really meant a lot to me. Even when the next day came, I was like, yep, it's still going. Right now it has 22 views, and I'm happy about that. Normally when we go put these videos up, normally only stays for like 10, 16. Our best one would probably be like 16 or 10, even the most.
Yeah.
But to me, I was really happy about the anniversary one because we worked so hard on it, especially the editing and everything that we took for it. I was really happy about it. This is by far one of my favorite ones. This is really, I don't like picking which one's my favorite one, but if someone tells you what's your favorite one, the anniversary video, that's the one I most have fun with. I do have fun editing all these videos. I do. I'm not saying I don't have fun editing these videos. I do. But this anniversary video meant a lot to us, and I really want this video to look really great, and it did. It looked amazing on it. So I'm really happy about it. I'm really proud of what we did for it, and I'm actually happy for more to come in the future. Like the podcast, normally podcasts are easy for me to edit because it's me just throwing pictures or something and throwing the intro and outro. But with these type of videos, like the adventure videos, they're gonna be more into it. But yeah, what's your final thoughts about the video? Let's talk about our final thoughts about it.
Honestly, like, my final thought on it is I give it an A+. I mean, to us, because and I give it to you too, man, because because the amount that was put in this video, and please, I gotta say please come check out our Comanche Trail adventure. What is it? You will not be, you will not be disappointed.
No.
You will not. I was like, you watch the intro all the way to the outro, there's no disappointment in it. You feel. I don't even feel when like I said. I always keep saying this, and we both said it. I don't feel like I'm watching a video.
It doesn't. It doesn't really feel like a video
until
you see us. And yeah, just check it out. View the video, share it to people, like the video, comment down below on it. That's what we're really looking for. We really appreciate the views. I really like to see likes, comments, even sharing it. Share it to friends, family who are really into it. We work so hard in these videos, and especially this one. We do what we need to do for it, and we're very grateful and very thankful for everyone who's checking out the videos for us because that's what we do. We're doing this for fun, but we're also doing it for you guys. So you guys love it. We want to know if you guys like this kind of content because it actually helps us more to figure out, what did they like and this and that.
Definitely.
I think we see the views, but the thing is like we need to know, do you actually like this or what what
anything.
We can do with it.
Put a comment of what are your opinions on the videos and what would you like to see, and not only that is also we just like feedback. Give a like, subscribe, share, and give us a comment. Please check out our other Ghost Adventures. One of the ones that was it Devil's Den? Devil's Den. You will see. I'm not gonna say but you watch it, you will see that we had a lot of.
We have a lot of views on that one. We had a lot of paranormal things happen there, especially for you. But check that one out. Our first video that's in this channel.
Yeah.
for this channel.
And then our other one to check out also would be I want to throw out there would be the Donkey Lady Bridge.
Oh yeah, the Donkey Lady Bridge.
You please, please, if you're into these type of videos, please share. Or if you know somebody who's into our this type of content, please share.
Yeah, let us know. Right now we're gonna talk about normally we always think of topics and stuff. The number one thing I probably want to talk about is the strikes that happening to the actors and writers. The writers were first. The writers started like a few months ago. The actors barely just jumped into it. We're talking about how these actors and writers are suffering because they're not making the amount of money that they deserve because of AI and streaming services. AI normally now AI is to the point that studios will rather use AI to write their scripts or even use people that background actors. They would just scan you, only pay you for that one thing, and then they won't ever pay you again. But they would still use your scanning body as a background, and you never get paid for that. Streaming, they don't get money for every time they show it. It's the subscribers, like you're subscribing to like Netflix, Disney, Max, HBO, every streaming service that you know. They don't get paid for that. They only get paid of how many subscribers they have, and that's it. They don't get paid for how many times people are watching it, or how many times people are favoriting it or this. They don't really get money for that. If anything, their checks are only like $4, and that doesn't really make a living on it. Voice actors are having the problem with that, overworking from animations. Artists like animation, writers, directors, all that, they're having issues with that. The strike that's happening for acting. How do you feel about that? About people who work so hard and our favorite movies and TV shows getting into that?
It's kind of like it's hurtful to them because for the actors that work, they are working. They went into that line of job. They went ahead and they from high school all the way to going to college for acting school and everything. They went for that career and they want to get paid just like any job. You want to get paid, and the thing is, what they're trying to do is they're just trying to cut out the actors just completely. They want to just now they want to kind of like work around the actors.
It's mostly the studios that are doing that.
The studios want all it like Mr. Darklight said. They want to scan them, and the thing is. And I do give them credit. What they're doing is they're like, no, you're not going to scan me because you're going to pay me once, and then you're going to use that scan of my likeness for all these different movies, and I'm not going to receive a cent.
No,
I'm not going to receive anything. And the thing is, all it is greed right now with those studios. What they're trying to do is keep 100% of the profits without giving anything to the actor.
Giving it to Wall Street and big known companies, and most of that money should be going for the directors, the writers, the actors who've been working this. Without them, they won't be having the success that they have for big known companies. I was watching a video of most of that money goes to Wall Street and it goes to big known companies, and that's how they get more money to these movies because they're like, hey, we help you out, we throw you some money, you throw money at us. And that's not fair for the people who work on these movies or shows. It's not fair for them. They work so hard to get there. They don't even get that much lunch breaks. They only get like a 10-minute lunch. That's crazy, a 10-minute lunch break. Bro, I used to work at a mall and they used to at least give me 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah, almost any job gives you anywhere from that 15 to 30 minutes. Sometimes some places give you an hour.
Yeah.
But
like factories, they give you like an hour.
Yeah, factories get an hour. And
it's ridiculous.
Are you telling me that their job is not exhausting? They're there.
They're there for 15 to 20 hours.
Yeah, they're there. And yeah, you might think, okay, it's acting. No. But the thing is, they're using their mind. They have to memorize lines.
And they're physically working too because they have to work out. Like the superhero movies, like Marvel, DC, these guys have to keep that physique. Like Deadpool 3 is making. Hugh Jackman has to stay in that diet to stay as Wolverine for a long time now because of this strike. And it makes a toll on him. It makes a toll on everything. Your mental, and your physical how you call it, your physical self-aware on that. It's like you've been doing this for hours. Sometimes they do it all day or all night if they have to.
And a lot of these actors do. There's different techniques of getting into acting. A lot of these people was it would do where they submerge themselves into the actual character, make themselves as they are the character, make themselves believe that they are that character, or they will do. Where is it? They will put themselves in the mentality of that character that they are playing,
Mm-hmm.
and they will do all that, and that's a lot. And
That's a lot of mental
it's
mental
stress.
stuff. It's mental stress and stuff like that.
You're stressed, and not only that, and then then you're having to take on a diet to portray yourself in a movie and a certain physique that the studios are asking you that you need for this character, meaning you're gonna have to stay that certain weight, like Mr. Darklight said. Yeah, you're hungry, so you're starving, and then on top of that, you're mentally stressed,
And you're tired.
and then and you're physically tired because like with the action movies with Mr. Darklight, the choreography, and the thing is, it's not like they just do it all in one take. No, they do these scenes.
They do it all day
Yeah, it would sometimes one scene only be done
and the whole day.
and a whole day, because why? Because you have multiple people, you have multiple actors trying to get it right. Well, okay, let's say if it's me and Mr. Darklight here, I get it right, or he gets it right. Okay, well, let's say he gets it right, I don't get it right. Take two.
We gotta redo it. That's how we do it here. When we mess up. Now me, I'll be like, we don't stop the camera. We just keep going, and then I edit it out and everything. That's fine, because I'm making the videos anyways. But we're not getting paid for it. We're doing this on our free will. We're doing this. We're not complaining about it or anything. We want to do it. We do it. But the thing is, these guys, these professionals are getting paid for it, and they're not even getting paid for healthcare. They're not getting paid for that much for food and stuff like that. These guys have to do this for a living, and sometimes they don't get a big break. Not anyone can be Robert Downey Jr. Not everyone can be wait, I always forget names, right? I even was talking about it. Robert Downey Jr. No one can be like Ice Cube or these big actors, like these big actors that we know, like De Niro and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? I'm sorry if I'm not thinking names right there in the back, but that's how I feel about it. I feel bad for these guys because they make big movies and they do a lot of things for this, and it's not fair for them. I remember I was watching a video, and the writers and the actors are doing the strike, and I think they were doing it for Universal. Universal got one of their guys to cut down the trees so they don't get shade, so they would give up. And that's sad. They had to go down those ropes to make sure. Oh, we don't want people to be standing out here getting a strike. Break down the branches and make sure they don't get any shades. And they're hot. This is California. It's really hot over here. It's really hot over there, like legit. And they're cutting down tree branches, and they're not even allowed to do that. That's not even their trees. It's the city's trees.
Yeah, they're doing everything to the extent of their power, and right now they're power crazed, and power crazed and greedy.
Yeah.
And the thing is, in the end, they're not gonna win, because in the end is the actors that make the movie.
Yeah,
Writers and actors that make the movie. If the studios think they can do it without them, okay, then they can go ahead and be the new actors then.
Yeah, the writers went to Congress. They finally went to Congress today. It happened today, and Congress listened to them, and everyone voted yes. Now Congress has to get after the studios, and that's a big step.
Yeah.
To the point that the writers have to go to Congress to tell these studios it's not right what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And
It's really ridiculous how we have to go to our government telling them what they're doing is wrong, and coming there to tell you, hey, you're doing stuff wrong, stuff needs to change. If not, then we're shutting you down.
Yep.
and it has to be that way. You know, the writers and the actors give them time to think about it, and they rejected it. That's on them. Now they're getting it, and that's what happens. It's not fair. It's not fair. We live in a country that everything should be fair, and everyone should be paid the right minimums that they need to be paid for. Everyone needs health care. Everyone needs to take care of themselves, and we have to do that. And I'm happy that the writers went to Congress and told them, "Hey, these guys are doing wrong to us. We need something. We need you guys to go out there." And now it's happened. I saw it on TikTok, and I was like really happy about that. I was happy that Congress actually came and now voted yes to go to these guys and tell them, "Hey, you need to change the rules. Sorry, but you can't be doing that. It's not fair to them." And it's not. Writers have a rough time too, because these writers are making the films. They're doing Saturday Night Live. They're doing all this stuff. They're doing everything, and they stay there for hours and hours, all night, all day, everything, no breaks or anything.
Anything you do like that all day and all night is hard on the body.
It is.
You might think it is hard on the mind, but it's hard both mind and body.
Mm-hmm.
And then not only that, knowing that you have to do it again tomorrow.
You have to keep
and,
doing
yeah,
it.
and you have to keep repeating the same words over and over. If you mess up or anybody messes up,
You have to restart all over again.
or if a mishap happens, like I don't know, anything falls or something breaks that's not supposed to,
Mm-hmm.
or something's in the shot that's not supposed to be in the shot,
Mm-hmm.
then you have to do it over again, and that's why it is exhausting.
It really is. I wanted to talk about this because it's happening in this world. This strike hasn't happened in a very long time. This strike hasn't happened since 1960. And it's kind of ridiculous. Now we live in a time that's happening again. And this time actors and writers are working together. They haven't worked together since 1961.
The thing is, it's the greed. The greed gets to these studios, and it definitely has hit them, and to the not only that the point that they're having to get Congress to go ahead make these studios change their policies that have not been changed since 1961. Since 1961, these policies have not been changed.
Nothing has changed.
A lot has changed in the world. A lot of these policies need to be changed.
It has to be updated. It has to be. And you know what's funny? Steven Spielberg, I'm messing up his name. Steven
Spielberg?
Yeah, predicted this.
Yeah.
He was like, years from now, Hollywood's gonna have a rough time with their actors and writers. And he straight up said in one of the awards ceremonies, he said, and everyone's gonna end up working together because the studios want to work with AI and stuff like that. And he predicted that. That was like a long time. That was a while back. He predicted that, and it's crazy. It's really crazy how you predicted that, and now it's happening now. And he knew something was gonna happen like this, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised either. I knew something might, and I'm helping with the AIs. I see AIs on TikTok, YouTube, shows, movies, stuff like that. Like I seen it, and I'm like, man, I feel bad for these guys. Like they have to work on it and everything, and now it's like, damn, like now you can make music out of AI.
Yeah.
You can just, like, I was gonna send you a song that someone made. It was like SpongeBob, and they used the cartoon characters' voices to make a song, and it was like it sounded like them, but it wasn't them. It was AI. It's crazy how AI it's now developing into this now, and now we have to be worried about it.
With not only that, with music, with my dreams of one day being back on stage again. But one thing is like when if a machine can take over your job, or your talent, and not need any talent to do it, and be able to sing and play an instrument, of course people will take that over because one, it's the easy way, and if AI is already making music, they can make a whole album. They can make albums all at once at the same time if
They
they
can
want.
do our jobs right now doing a YouTube video.
Yeah.
We won't even have to be here.
Mm-hmm.
AI will have to take over it, and it's crazy how we're living in that world that's happening. It's still developing these days. But yeah, it's crazy how to think about that.
Sometimes it's a scary thought. It's like, man, it puts everybody out. It puts everybody out on what they know how to do or what they studied for years, on how to do, and then just easily they could be pushed out of the way, and computer can do it.
Yeah. So what's your final thoughts about what's going on now? What do you think about the situation that these writers and actors are going through right now? What's your final thoughts about it?
My honest thought on it is like that it is something that shouldn't have had to happen in the first place. There shouldn't have had to be a strike in the first place when all these things should have been taken care of for these actors. These things should have been basic policies to be fixed for all these actors, just like any other job, anything, with some type of dignity and respect. But to not even have that, then if they didn't even see that they weren't even giving any, like, basically taking away rights from their actors. They saw they were doing no wrong, and that's the problem.
It's
Is
sad.
that they saw they weren't doing no wrong. That's my comment. Is that this shouldn't have had to happen.
No, it should not, and to me, it's really upsetting. Um, my thoughts on it is like everyone should be treated the way that they should be treated. Everyone should get paid the way everyone else is getting paid. Everyone should have health care. Everyone should be treated care of. You're not just messing with one person. You're messing with a family. Messing with a person who worked so hard to get to where they are today.
Yeah.
And the struggles they have to get through just to get to where they are today, and it's kind of upsetting. Yeah. We don't really have much to say. Normally we have more topics, but these are the two main topics I wanted to talk about today. We want to thank you guys for watching our podcast. We really appreciate everyone who's been watching our anniversary videos. We will be doing more videos pretty soon. We were going to do Blackwell Ghost Part 2. That will take a while. We might get that around next month in August. We will get that. We will be doing that. I know everyone's been watching that video. Those views are getting up. So I'm happy that you guys are actually letting us know that, hey, this is the video we want. You will be getting that in August. You also will be getting SummerSlam. You will be getting that. I know SummerSlam is on August 5th, but we will be giving you that on August, the month in August. Whether we do it on Mondays that we normally do it, or whenever we get to it, we will get to it. We will be doing more haunted videos pretty soon as well.
Yes.
Me and Bash are talking about it. We will be bringing more of the haunted videos back, and we're glad we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back now before September hits, like before Halloween hits, because we already know what happens out there and everything. That's why we're trying to at least throw some haunted videos out there before we get there. We will be starting our horror movies, Halloween specials in September. We will be bringing those on. We will be starting those, and those will be starting in October. So, especially for me, my birthday is on October 1st, so we will be doing a big thing for that, for a horror movie and stuff like that. We are bringing more to the table more than ever. We're planning more things out, and we want to thank everyone who's been joining this journey with us. We really appreciate everything, and thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm Bash and Brand.
And I'm Mr. Dark Light, and we see you next time, guys. Thank you.